Bennett.tkeyah. Thank you guys. I just want to start off by saying thank you. I did not anticipate my chemical peel video getting so much attention, but I guess a lot of you guys are interested in shedding your layers like I was. I know I said I wouldn't be getting another peel and I just hated the process, but I actually am going to be getting a second peel once the weather cools down. So if you're interested in seeing that process and my skincare routine, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into it. So I'm going to start by sharing the basic details of my chemical peel. I got tons of questions, even though I included a lot of the information in the video, but I did get tons of basic questions, so I'm going to knock those out first, and then I'm going to get to the update of my skin. After that, I'm going to answer some questions that weren't so basic, and then I'm going to give you guys a few tips, basically things that I figured out by day 5 of the 7-day process that made it a lot easier, or would have made it a lot easier if I would have known them beforehand. So yeah, I got a VI peel. It's a chemical peel, it's a medical grade peel. It's not something that I would recommend doing at home unless you're trained. I went to a professional after doing tons of research. So I chose to get the peel because of some skin issues. I have hyperpigmentation around my laugh lines, and that was something that was just very unpleasant. Like whenever I would look in the mirror, I would hate to see it. I went in because of my laugh lines. I also went in because of my enlarged pores on either side of my nose. And then I also have some dark marks, acne marks, picking marks on the sides of my face as well. Although I put this in the video, I live in Seattle, Washington. I saw Jamie Goldberg. She runs the Complexion Clinical Skincare. So the VI peel that I got was $260. All right, so now on to the update. I basically wanted to answer if this was worth it or not. Did I feel like I needed to spend $260 out of my hard-earned money to get this chemical peel? And the answer, honestly, truthfully, is yes, it was worth it. I definitely feel like the VI peel was like hitting a reset button for my skin and basically just get a second chance at taking care of my skin. This is my favorite term to use, but I will say there was a honeymoon phase with this chemical peel. I can't speak for other people, but my honeymoon phase was from day 7, which is when all of the skin was gone, to about day 12 or 13, which for me was April 25th to April 30th or May 1st. When I was watching the other videos preparing to get my peel, I didn't really hear anyone talk about this honeymoon phase, basically just this period of time when your skin is the smoothest. It's fresh baby skin, and it stays that way for about 6 or so days. But that was my personal experience. I don't know if that's longer or shorter for other people. And that just leads me to my next point. Aftercare is so important when it comes to chemical peels in general. You really cannot expect to go in, get a chemical peel, and just think that it's gonna change everything for you if you decide to go back to your poor skincare habits or your poor diet choices after the peel. Your skin's gonna go right back to the way that it was. And unfortunately, that's what started to happen to me like right after my honeymoon phase. And that's because I didn't budget out enough money for the peel and for more products and new products. I don't know what I was thinking, but for some reason I was just like, okay, I'm gonna spend this $300 on the peel and I'm gonna be good to go. And then maybe during the time I'm peeling, I'll order stuff or I'll figure out what I need after all of that. So before my peel, I was using a ton of products and I was really into Korean skincare. I ordered a ton of stuff. I got some things sent to me because of my channel and I was just doing too much. I was doing way too much. I noticed that my pores around my nose area, they were just a lot larger and this area seemed irritated. And in the process of still looking for more products, I was using what I had. So there was this period where my skin went back and I It was serious for me, you guys. I definitely got extremely irritated. I definitely shed some tears. I really just felt like I wasted money, I wasted time, and I just didn't know what was gonna work for my skin. So I talked to my esthetician some more, Jamie, and she recommended a couple of brands to me. One of them being Avene. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the line definitely caters towards people with extremely sensitive skin. So I ordered the cream that she told me to order. It got to my house, I tried it. It just didn't work for me. Things always end up working out though. During this whole process, I was actually contacted by Glossier. They reached out and asked me if I was interested in being a beauty rep. So they sent me a good amount of products, and there were some skincare goodies in there, and I found the best cleanser ever. And I was still on the hunt for a good moisturizer. Like I said, that Avene one didn't work, but I saw so many good reviews, so I decided to give the brand another chance. I happened to be walking into a local drugstore downtown Seattle, and I saw that they had the full line in the Walgreens. I went up there and I tried a ton of different things out on my skin, which I probably shouldn't have done, but it ended up working for me. I found this moisturizer that has changed the game for my skin, and it basically has gotten me almost back to the honeymoon phase. I can totally say that this cleanser and the moisturizer I'm using have changed my skin for sure. So I've only been moisturizing daily and cleansing daily. That's it. So this is by the brand Avene. It's the Hydrance Optimale Riche. So it's a rich hydrating cream. It's for dry to very dry sensitive skin. This one ended up being, I think, $32 or maybe $36, something like that. This moisturizer is hands down the best one I have ever tried. So I'll link this down below. And then the cleanser that I've been using is the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. It's a conditioning face wash, and I'm almost out, but I definitely will be repurchasing this cleanser. So this one is very conditioning. That's one of the things I really like about it. So this area where I have some of that hyperpigmentation and then my laugh line area, it gets super irritated with products if they dry my skin out. So I can't use any cleanser that will strip my skin because this area just can't handle it. The rest of my areas are fine. So yeah, I have really enjoyed the fact that this cleanser is so gentle and it's creamy, it's jelly, but it definitely gives me a very deep clean. You guys know how, like, if you're ever taking off your makeup on your eyes and you try to open it, it starts to burn? This does not do that. So if you guys are interested in either of these, I will link them down below. And for the Glossier cleanser plus other products, I actually have a link where you guys can get 20% off of your first order. What? And this wasn't planned at all. I'm just happy that I found a cleanser that works for me. And as you can see, I'm almost done with it. Both of these together have just like calmed down any inflammation. Check these guys out down there. I didn't want to just mention those two things that I'm using. I actually also got samples from Jamie, my esthetician, of this brand Hydrance. So there's this lytic gel cleanser, a renewal facial lotion, and then there's also an SPF. These products are a little bit more expensive, obviously not the sample sizes, but this cleanser is what Jamie gave me before my peel, and this helped reduce a lot of inflammation as well. But if you have a larger budget, definitely check out this cleanser. It works very well, and it's for oily or combination skin, but it works really, really well, and it still worked for me even though I have dehydrated skin. So yeah, I will link these down below as well if you guys are interested in checking these out. Let's zoom in. So as you can see, I still have some dark marks, of course, and I do still have some pigmentation in this area. It has lightened so much still, and although a little bit of darkness came back, it wasn't anything crazy. There's still some pigmentation around this area as well, but I'm just really glad that it's not the way that it looked before. As you can see, they're still darker than they were in the honeymoon phase of the peel, of course. So like I said, there is that honeymoon phase. Expect that. Don't expect that on day 7 your skin's gonna continue to look like that for the rest of your life, because it won't. So my pores are definitely still there. So yeah. So as you guys can see, there is still some pigment. The peel is not a one and done type of thing. Jamie actually did explain to me in the beginning, and I think I said it in the video, but I'm not too sure, that I would probably need 2 or 3 peels to get all of the pigmentation evened out. And I only did one, and after the process, I was like, I am never doing that again. When I was in my honeymoon phase, I was looking at my skin and I was like, what is she talking about? 2 or 3 peels, my skin is perfect now. So I can definitely see how you have to wait for your skin to get back to its normal pH and then give it some more days to see what you're gonna be working with moving forward. So I'm getting my second peel, and I don't anticipate after my second one that I'll get a third one. So now I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I was asked under the chemical peel video, and I have them in my phone. So the first question is the VI peel okay for sensitive skin? I do have sensitive skin, but I don't have severely sensitive skin. If you're wondering about that, definitely consult with a professional. The next question that I got, and a lot of people were interested in it, is can you do spot treatments with the chemical peel? So I asked Jamie, and she said it's not recommended to do spot treatments on your face. You can purchase extra add-ons for either wrinkles or hyperpigmentation and things like that. The next question is, do you have to prep your skin before the peel? The simple answer is no, but where I went, Jamie, she's a little bit different. She really likes to work with her clients and figure out what is causing their hyperpigmentation or their aging or their breakouts and things like that. So she did actually help me, I guess, prep my skin a little bit by reducing inflammation before the peel. And those were with those Avene products that I was telling you guys about. Again, I will link them in the description box. All right, so this one was asked a lot. You guys wanted to know if you can leave the house while your skin is peeling and while you're looking crazy. So the answer is yes, and I actually watched a few other videos where people went to work and they were filming themselves at work. There was one lady filming herself at work, like putting on her SPF, and she was peeling. I personally did not want to, so I didn't leave my house until day 6. And that was only because I had to go get groceries, but there was no more skin that needed to peel. So it's totally up to you. You just want to make sure you protect your skin with like a big floppy hat and a ton of sunscreen if you do choose to go out. Another question I got is the VI peel safe for dark skin? The VI peel is supposed to be one of the ones that is actually good for the full spectrum of pigment. So again, consult with a professional. So in my chemical peel video, when I was using the first wipe on the first day, and I was like, oh, my melanin, you guys seem to get a kick out of that. But that was not actually my skin color wiping off. I don't know if some of you guys thought it was, but that was actually the solution she put on my skin that made my skin have that like orangish reddish tint. That was that coming off on the wipe. Trust me, if my skin color was coming off, I would have never done this peel. All right, so the last question that I want to answer is, what can't you do for the 7 days? You cannot pick your skin. I know a lot of you guys were like, what would happen if you picked the skin, if you did this? If you pick your skin, first of all, it probably would hurt. Second of all, you would damage your new skin and it will probably scar up. If you have an issue with hyperpigmentation and scarring like I do, you definitely will probably scar your new skin. You also cannot sweat. Basically, you can't do anything that's high activity. I was on a super workout kick before I did the peel, and I did have to stop. And also, on the same note with sweating, you are not supposed to cry. Jamie literally did a full demonstration for me. She said, put the tissue right under your eyes, and if you have to cry, cry onto the tissue. You also cannot go in the sun without any protection. And I don't mean if the sun is out. I mean just in general, if you're gonna go outside, UV rays still come through the clouds, even when it's on like a cloudy day. Do not use hot water on your skin. Please do not. I even use like barely warm water. I was not playing about my new skin. I was not trying to damage it, and I still to this day do not use hot water on my skin because I found out that that was part of the reason why I had that inflammation in certain areas. The last thing that I wanted to leave you guys with are actually a few tips that I have learned from my process and things that I definitely now know going into my second peel when I get that one done. So the first thing is, do not stare at your skin. Do not always look in the mirror. I really tried to limit my mirror time just to when I was washing my face. And most of the time I was washing my face, I was in the shower. So keep that in mind. If you're someone that thinks you're gonna pick off the skin, just do not look in the mirror. My second tip is to wash your face in the shower. That way you don't have to see the skin coming off, which I guess could be weird, but it's just easier to wash your face, and if you get it down on your neck or any other areas, it's so much easier to do in the shower, and it definitely saves you a lot of time. My third tip is to saturate your skin a lot. Like, take at least a minute or more to saturate your skin with water before you wash it. It really helped to loosen up all of the dead skin that was gonna come off during that wash before I had to physically swipe and like touch the skin and move it around. So a lot of people were worried about if there was pain and if their skin was gonna burn a ton and what I meant by burning. So for less burning and discomfort, dry your face completely dry, like bone dry. Get your face completely dry before you go in with the anti-itch cream. And it's not doing anything crazy, it's normal for it to burn. And it wasn't severe, but it definitely was like uncomfortable a little bit. And like anything else in life, I feel like this is the #1 tip for everything. Drink a ton of water. That's gonna help with the hydration of the new skin. That's gonna keep the new skin supple, and there's gonna be so much elasticity. So just make sure you're constantly drinking water during the process. All right, you guys, that's pretty much my update. Those are all the things that I wanted to cover in this video. Again, I really hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will answer anything that I can. And if you're interested in the products, again, the Glossier, the Avene, and the Hydrance products will all be down in the description box. And if you missed it, you can get 20% off of your first order with Glossier. And also stay tuned for a skincare routine once I figure out the other products I want to add. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.